playing Janina of Clan Bruja.
Hi, I'm Faye, and I'm playing Beatrice of Clan Malkavian.
Thank you all so much for joining us for a new episode of this story. We will begin with a hopefully quick recap of what happened last time. So, after returning to Hotel Bristol, where Camarilla is currently located, Janina, temporarily separated from her sire, who has been taken to have a chat with a prince by the Bruja Primogen, took Nina and Anarch Toreador to the Elysium and spent some time there, eventually reuniting with her sire and her Primogen. And while she was doing that, Bea woke up from a nightmare, only to find out the nightmare still isn't over, bleeding into her reality, and is terrified of the sounds of bombs and visions of wartime, ran out from the hotel to look for the place to hide. Some people tried to stop her on the way, but she kept running, and eventually found her way into the sewers under the city, where she remembered people used to hide. And then, with strange visions she took as guidance, she wandered further and deeper into the darkness of the sewers until she encountered a creature, or a vision of the creature, with pale eyes looking at her, surrounded by the smell of blood. Janina, having realized Bea is gone, tried searching for her, and was found by their friend, Roman the Nosferatu, who, while they established that Bea went into the sewers, prevented Janina from following, wanted to keep her from danger, and took her back to Hotel Bristol. Eventually, Bea found her way out and was met by her Primogen, who shared with her some information on what happened to her, and some general thoughts on existence, as well as some of their vita, and took her back to Hotel Bristol, where she reunited with Janina, and they headed to the Elysium and spent there the rest of the evening. Bea conveyed some of what she learned to Antoni the Hound. Janina earlier also spoke to Antoni and promised she would take care of the task Mara was to do to honor her memory. And Janina was also introduced to a newly arrived kindred, another Bruja called Nastia. And they sat together when Nastia helped Janina learn some of the Cyrillic alphabets. And Bea was watching from the other side of the room, looking at her friend, smiling. And Bea, you are looking at Janina, smiling in this moment. Roman is sitting next to you, leaning against the wall. You just glance to Janina, see her with this woman with wavy blonde hair, leaning over a book. Janina raises her head slightly, looks to you, and suddenly you see her face starts dripping with blood. It's covered in it. It twists in pain and starts melting, all the features melting and bleeding together, one into another, to reveal another different face, which is also bloodied and melting and burning and twisting. It's the mouth contorts in a painful expression, and you see blood dripping from Janina's changing face on the hands of the woman sitting near her. The woman seemingly not noticing as Janina is twisting in pain.
My face sort of falls in horror as I'm watching this. And I just suddenly stand up, dropping my notebook to the floor, and rush over to her.
Janina, you see this happen as you just glance up from over the book. You see Bea rushing towards you with this horrified expression.
Did something happen there? I look at her, confused.
Do I hear the words that she's saying?
You do, and you start hearing the bombs and the roaring of the plane engines, and the ground begins to shake. And Janina is speaking to you, and her voice is coarse and full of pain. And you start smelling smoke behind her.
Your face.
What is it?
What's happening?
Can I make sense that she's not well?
Yes, she very clearly doesn't look well. She looks terrified. You see Roman
I will try to grab her
and picked up her
take
journal.
her away from.
Sorry, I didn't quite catch that.
Yeah, me neither, because it froze for a moment.
So Roman picked up the journal and is walking towards you. Janina wants to start leading you away there. The ground starts shaking.
There's a brief moment where I almost lose my balance and then catch myself.
I will grab her more. We are going away. Come on, and I will lead her away from the Elysium into the hallway where we are alone.
We need to get out. The bombs are falling.
There are no bombs. We are in a hotel. The bombs are gone. They're not real. Concentrate on the present. I'm here. We're in the Hotel Bristol. You're safe. I'm safe too.
Why are you bleeding?
I'm not bleeding. I promise. It's not real. Trust me.
As once we're out of the room, I'm barely containing the tears.
As you still are in the room, before you start walking towards, Roman is following behind you with, like you and Nina would have seen, he picked up Bea's journal and is just coming after you. And Felicia is coming to meet you. She was somewhere else. She just started coming towards you. Nastya is kind of looking to you, just briefly. Do you need any help?
No, it's all right. We're going to be okay. And I'm trying to lead her away.
So you're leading her away. Felicia comes to you. Oh, what happened? Bea, come. I'll take you to the room. And you see Bea, shape of your mother, who's stretching her arms towards you. But her whole body looks burnt. Part of the flesh is burnt off her face. But she keeps walking despite it, as if not realizing her injuries. And the building continues to shake. You see some of her skin crumbling. And she wants to touch you.
Oh, God. There's a tear that's starting to fall from my face. I'll need to make a self-control check if she's trying to touch me?
Yes.
Okay.
Do it difficulty 7 because you are distressed.
Okay. And injury penalties?
Not for this, no.
Okay. 4 successes apparently.
All right. Then it's fine. Felicia puts her arm around Bea. And you start walking away from the room, with Roman following. Janina, are you looking at what's happening around you, or are you just looking at Bea?
I probably only look at Bea because I worry about her, so my concentration is solely on her. Maybe if when Nastya talked to me, then I looked at her, but otherwise I just look at Bea, maybe at Felicia. And I might not notice Roman if I hear him coming after us, but if the others just like looking, or that I'm not paying attention to anyone else.
I am looking around the room, trying to make sense of what's happening around me.
You're looking around the room. Roll perception and occult with difficulty 7.
-1 for injuries. Okay. Wait, no. Two successes.
2 successes. So you're looking around. The ground is shaking. Janina still covered in blood, with her face twisting into another face and then back into Janina's. And is walking you away, and you glance around. You see Roman coming behind you, and you see him stumble on the shaking ground. You see his skin starts peeling off slightly. You glance to the side. All the faces seem to be burned or bloodied or dirty from the ash. The smoke is gathering all around you. You see the woman who came up to you briefly, the one who was sitting with Janina. You see Janina's blood still on her figure and on her hands. You see, as you glance to the side, you see a man sitting there on a chair very comfortably. His keen, predatory eyes seeing everything as he looks at others in the room, seeing right through you, into your very heart and into your every thought. Near him, you see another man, dressed in elegant clothes sewn with gold thread. You see his face contorted in pain, and you see the emptiness within him, filled with ash and bitterness and loss. And as you are approaching the door and almost leave the room, you glance to the distance, and you see another man, a very big, imposing figure, very well built, very tall, standing, and you see his eyes looking into the distance, seeing further than anyone can see, into the times and landscapes nobody else even imagines or senses. And you leave the room. The ground is still shaking. You're now outside with Felicia, walking along the corridor.
I think by this point I'm openly crying. Bloody tears falling down my cheeks. I don't understand. I'm being told that no one's bleeding. I'm being told that what I'm seeing isn't real, but it feels so real. So I'm just crying in confusion and fear.
Janina, what are you doing?
I'm watching Bea being taken away by Felicia, and when we are already behind Elysium, I will try to maybe stroke her hair and calm her down some more. Maybe like wipe away her tears. And I will still try to say to her that it's not real, that it's not happening, that everyone's safe.
It feels like everything's falling apart.
But it's only in your mind. It's not real, Belle. Trust me. We are all right. Your mother, me, Roman. We are all right. And I will try to take her hand and touch my face.
I don't know what's real anymore.
You take Bea's hand, touch your cheek. Bea, you feel the bare flesh and the blood and the heat, as if the face was burning.
I flinch. I don't flinch as she touches my hand, but I do flinch when it touches her face. I shut my eyes, holding it there as she holds my hand, but just clearly upset and a sort of feeling of almost revulsion.
I will look at Felicia and ask her, can you do something to ease her pain?
I will try. Come on. And you see that Felicia is walking with difficulty. She is trying to lead Bea, but she is clearly hiding some pain as well. Or not even like quite hiding, but just trying to keep walking. Bea, my dear child, we'll go to our room now. You'll be safe there. This is all not real. This is the nightmare that you've been having. Remember, it's a nightmare. It happens sometimes. But it goes away. It always goes away, and it will go away this time. And you'll be here with me and with your sister, safe.
Yes, Mother.
Come on now.
I follow, sort of clinging to her.
I will follow behind.
And you reach. Following behind, you see Roman catch up with you and just sort of start walking alongside you, and you all arrive at Bea's and Felicia's room. Felicia opens the door, gently nudges Bea in. Come on, come inside. You'll be safe here. This is a safe place. You're safe here from the bombs. You're safe here from the nightmares.
I stumble into the room as the world kind of shakes around me, and then go and curl up next to the bed, not on it, kind of leaning against it, curled into a ball, clutching my knees to my chest and just shaking.
So Janina, you see all that. Roman extends Bea's journal, says, she dropped this. And Felicia takes it. Thank you, Roman. I'll get it to her. Yeah, make sure you do. He says, and he starts like backing away. Looks to you, Janina. Take care of her, all right?
I will nod at him and I will go to Bea's side. I'm not touching her. I just want to sit next to her and wait what Felicia will come up with.
So you just hear Roman say, like, poor fucking girl. And he turns away and starts walking along the corridor. Felicia takes the journal, puts it on a nightstand, and she just kneels next to Bea, starts stroking her hair. You're safe here. You're safe here, my dear. Nothing can hurt you here. We're here together, you, me, and your sister. It's as it should be. This is a safe place. Nothing bad can happen to you here. And you start feeling a little bit calmer, for a moment at least. You still feel smoke in the room. You still see Felicia's face burnt, injured, and Janina's bloodied, like two faces blended into one. But you feel less panic, less emotions in response.
I lean back against the bed in like almost a sort of exhausted state, and stare slightly numbly at the faces in front of me. I then reach up and almost touch Janina's face, just fingers a few centimeters away, and just kind of drift my hand near her face, watching the way that the blood drips. And watch where it pulls on the floor as the floor shakes. How can it not be real? I can feel it.
But it's not.
It's just a nightmare. Sometimes nightmares stay with us when we're awake. It's terrible, and I'm so sorry you have to go through this. Felicia strokes your hair. But it will go away.
I drift my hand along the blood that I'm seeing pooled on the floor, and just lift my hand up, watching the way it runs down my hand.
You're watching, and then suddenly it's gone. You don't see it anymore. You still see it on Janina's face, but not on your hand.
I just tip my head back on the bed and shut my eyes and try to block all light and vision.
Stay here, my dear. It is safe here. Things
Yes.
will be better tomorrow, and I'll be here with you.
Yes, Mother. And I just sort of place my hand over my eyes, blocking out the rest of the light in the room, and just sit there in exhaustion, just wanting this evening to be over.
And you see Felicia, Janina, you're looking, you see Felicia sit next to Belle. Few tears running down her cheeks. She's very tense, just fixated on the bear, looking at her. What are you doing here, Nina?
I'm looking at Bear and at Felicia, but mainly on Bear because I'm heartbroken to see her like this after all that we have been through, that we can't catch a break, that she's going through this. And I look at Felicia and I feel a mix of emotions because I clearly see that she cares about her. But there's like something that I don't trust about her. But in this moment, I see that she cares about Bea and that all that matters to me at this moment. So I'm just glad that she was able to calm Bea down at least a bit. And I really want for Bea to be out of the nightmare because it's hard for me to understand how she can feel these things so real. That even when I have dreams, it's not this vivid. And I just don't know how to help her, and it breaks my heart.
And you are sitting like this for a long while. And you hear the knocking on the door.
I will go open. I will first look at Felicia, and if she nods to me that I should open it, then I will.
She just nods. She glances to you gratefully, but then her eyes just go back to Bea.
I will go and open the door.
You see Cornelia standing there, Venture, who gave you some of your tasks before.
Yes.
Miss Shivak, I was
Good
hoping to find you here.
Oh, yes.
As I'm sure you remember, my
Yes, of
primogen
course.
is awaiting your report. I
Yes.
understand Bea is unwell tonight,
Yes,
and
she's good.
we want her well and lucid. But I was thinking tomorrow she should be better, right?
Hopefully, yes. We all hope that she will be.
Please be ready to meet the primogen tomorrow. He should be here at the Elysium.
All right.
Don't leave before you speak to him, if possible.
Yes, I will remember that, and we will meet him tomorrow evening.
I'm glad to hear that. She glances inside the room, almost towards Bea, and for a moment looks like she wants to say something. But then clearly decides not to. And says, I will see you tomorrow then.
Yes. Good evening.
Good evening.
And I will close the door and get back to Bea and Felicia. Maybe now sit on the bed.
Does Janina wear trousers typically?
Yes.
When Bea feels the sort of pressure of you sitting on the bed, she leans over and kind of bunches her hand in the trousers, not touching her skin, but still holding on.
I will try. I will instinctively want to touch her, but then I remember that that probably she sees me all twisted and bloodied, and I retract my hand and just maybe stroke her over the hair lightly, so she barely even feels it.
And you're sitting like that. Felicia is sitting near you. She starts humming at some point. A simple melody, a lullaby.
If I know this, I will also hum it together with her if I know the melody.
Yes, you would know this. It's one of the popular lullabies. Maybe your mother sang it to you at some point. You're humming together with Felicia.
After a few moments, I join in as well.
Aww.
And you spend some time like that. Yeah, eventually you start feeling more fear again. The calmness lasted. It was very long. You're back in the nightmare. And then you feel it subside again. And feel calmer again.
Everything's starting to feel very hazy and blurry. So the build-up of fear and then it disappearing and just, it's quite disorienting.
And you're sitting like that, humming a melody, until you slowly begin to feel sleepy. And you know the dawn is approaching.
I just stay curled up there until I fall asleep.
You stay curled up. Felicia glances to you, Janina. Do you want to stay, my dear?
Yes, if you won't mind, I would like to stay today.
Oh, of course I don't mind. I think your company is good for Bea.
All right. And I will just fall asleep in the position that I'm, like, in a sitting position on a bed, like next to Bea.
You see Felicia draw the curtains. And she goes to the bathroom for a moment. And comes out with her hair, long grey hair, just loose. And curls up near Bea. And you're sitting near them. And Felicia continues to hum a lullaby with you until you all fall asleep for the day. Faye, please roll another nightmare roll.
Woo! Yeah, how well it goes.
Good luck.
Quick,
luck.
let's watch it again. It'll be really funny. No, let's not. Are you shitting me?
Did you watch it again?
No.
Yep, I sure did.
No.
I rolled a single success and 2 ones. Oh my god!
Oh no.
We are never. I want to see you meeting the Ventru Primogen.
Sorry, your face is melted. Yeah, I'm sure it's gonna go great.
All right then. Well, please, you can regain a point of willpower for the night. And you can subtract your blood.
No, that's my humanity. Don't remove that. Yep.
Don't remove your humanity just yet.
No.
I'm sure we'll get to that at some point.
Yeah, it's fine.
How much blood do you have left now?
Haha. 1, 2, 3, 4. 6.
6.
4.
Oh, you have 4.
I had 6 before, and now I have 4.
Spicy.
This is fine.
I don't know what's
sorry,
real.
I couldn't.
You're hungry. By our powers combined, we're a mess.
Couldn't resist that.
Yeah.
All right, Janina. You are the first one to wake up.
I will wake up, and first thing I do, I will glance towards Bea and see if she's like still or if she like trashes and have some movement inside her.
She is moving in her sleep. You see some blood on her cheeks from crying, and you see her moving her head from side to side, and clearly in some sort of distress.
I will kneel to her and I stroke her hair very lightly so she couldn't feel it. And I whisper to her ear, everything's going to be all right, Bea. You got this. Come here. You're safe. And I kiss her on the hair, just like also very lightly, so, in case she could feel it.
And as you're looking, you see Felicia also twisting a bit in her sleep.
I'm not gonna kiss her.
Oh, I didn't expect you to.
Yeah, I know.
That's part of the description.
Yeah, I know. I will, when I notice that Felicia is also like trashy, and I probably like kneel to her as well and examine her for a moment, but I'm not going to like stroke her. I just maybe look to see the similarities between Bea and Felicia, if they perhaps could have the same nightmare.
Roll perception and empathy. Yeah, perception and empathy. With difficulty 7. It's not an usual thing.
I have 3 successes.
3 successes. So it is different. You see that Felicia seems to be, like, you know this. You've worked with people sick and in pain. She seems to be more like convulsing or twitching from pain suddenly, and shifting. Bea seems more distressed. There's tears on her face.
Can I try to figure out if I maybe can figure out what's wrong with Felicia? Like, what's hurting her?
Oh.
But I have no dots in occult, so.
You have no dots in occult.
No.
Roll intelligence and medicine with difficulty 9.
That's rough.
Okay. I have no success. Nope.
You're not sure.
No.
She shouldn't be in pain. You can't quite figure it out.
Yeah. I guess it just doesn't make much sense to me that she seems to be in pain, but she's like dead right now, so it's hard for me to understand. So I will probably turn my attention back to Bea, and I will try just to stay near her, and in case she would trash more than like just a bit, then I would like try to hold her. But if she's just like a bit like restless, I will leave her, because I remember that we already tried that before and it didn't work well. So unless it's very like aggressive trashing, I will leave her and just sit.
No, it's just a bit restless.
I will just sit next to her and maybe like hum the same lullaby that Felicia did, just very like silently.
So you're sitting, humming a lullaby, silently. Bea, you're running through the city. The bombs are falling in the distance, somewhere to the left, somewhere behind you. You feel the smoke reaching towards you as it comes from the direction of fires, burning, collapsing buildings. You see it turned completely dark, the clouds of dark smoke, the clouds of darkness approaching you from a side and from behind you, and you're running, trying to get away. You're looking for someone. You're not sure. You're screaming some names. Casper, Kasia, Mara, but they've disappeared from your mind just after you scream them, running through the crowd of people. And you see their faces, wounded, bloodied, smeared with ash. Some people have parts of their faces turned off. You see someone all covered in blood, hunched. For a moment, his face looks familiar. You see his worker's clothes. He looks to you with recognition, and you recognize a name is on the tip of your tongue, but you forget it, and he's gone, and you can't remember. You keep running, looking for him. But you're not sure where you are. You collapse. You start crawling between people's feet, but they're running, stomping all around you. Someone steps on your hand. There is a crowd pushing against you. Someone pushes you to the ground. You feel their feet smashing on you, and you look back and you see the clouds of darkness rolling in closer and closer, and you feel the heat of fire, and you can smell blood all around you, blood and ash, coming closer and closer. Somebody steps on your head. You feel pain. You hear cracking of your bones as someone stamps on your fingers. You try to crawl, you try to stand up, but there's too many people, all of them wounded, their blood dripping onto you, feeling the air. As the dark cloud of smoke rolls over and everything is covered in darkness and the ground shakes. You wake up.
Casper. I cradle my hand that was broken to my chest.
Mm-hmm. You still feel pain. You can move your fingers, but you still feel pain in your hand. For a moment, you can't see anything. It's all darkness. Janina, you see Bea. Wake up. Hold her hand. You hear her say, Casper.
Bea? It's me, Janina. You're safe.
Janina?
You're at Hotel Bristol. Yes, I'm your sister.
I can't see anything.
Then close your eyes and try to calm down. Everything is fine. You're in a hotel room. I'm here. Your mother, Felicia, is here. You're with you. There are no bombs. Nothing is on fire. You're safe. Close your eyes and leave them closed until it goes away. And I will try to hold her. If she lets me touch her, then I will try to cradle her in my arms.
Yeah, someone is touching you. You feel touch around you.
Don't touch me.
I'm sorry, and I will let her go. I won't touch you if you don't want to, but it's all right. I will try to stroke her on the hair very lightly, so I was almost not touching her, just, so she knew that someone was there, but it wasn't invasive. And I start to hum the lullaby again. Everything's all right. Don't cry.
But the darkness moves away and you can see Janina, you hear her words, but the ground is shaking. And you know the darkness didn't go far away. You can still feel it behind you, reaching, coming closer.
The darkness is coming.
But it's not here right now. You're safe. Just try to calm down. I wish I could do something to help you, but I don't know what to do. You don't let me even touch you. But I'm here with you. Just listen to my voice. Everything's fine. And let's sing a song. Let's sing this lullaby that you and Felicia often sing. My mother used to sing it to me when I was a child. And I will start.
Janina.
Yes.
Thank you.
I love you, Bea. You're everything that I have left. You and Daniel. And I'm not letting anyone take you away. The darkness won't get to you, I promise.
Thank you.
It's all right. Everything's going to be fine. Just maybe try to breathe. I know we don't need to, but try to concentrate on your breath.
I try breathing as she's suggesting, but there's this thought in the back of my throat of, I'm sure I have another sister. Where is my other sister? But I can't remember her name. And I can't. Something feels wrong, but I don't know how to ask. So I focus on breathing.
You're breathing. And you feel a little bit of hot ash fill your lungs as you breathe in.
It's not real. There is no ash in the air. It's all right. It's okay. Your mother, she's here too. She will be waking any minute. Right? Just hold on, Belle. We got this.
I'm glad you're
Just
here.
don't run away, all right? Stay here in the safe hotel with us. You're safe.
I don't want to
I will
leave you.
protect you from the darkness.
Thank you. I'm glad you're here.
I'm glad you're here too. It's hard for me to watch you like this because I feel so helpless. But seeing that you're here with me and that in a way you're safe makes me better. It's going to go away sooner or later. Felicia said that this happens and you trust your mother. It will go away.
Could I roll to resist the blood bond?
Yes, absolutely. It's willpower, difficulty 8.
Our second favorite role.
Let's see how this goes. 2 successes.
Oh, wow.
Yay!
Well,
That's the
just
first-
go on
that's the
and
first
say
time.
whatever you wanted to say.
I lean close to Janina and I whisper in her ear, I don't trust her. I can only trust you. I don't know why, but I can't trust her.
It's all right now. You don't have to trust her. You can trust me or yourself.
I
You're the
can't
most
trust.
important
I can't
person.
trust me. I can't trust me, Janina. I don't know what's real, but I trust you.
All right. Trust me. I will not let anything happen.
I can't remember why I can't trust her.
I think about if it's good moment to tell her about Marta, but then I decide not to because I think she's not well and I don't want to distress her more. So it's all right, Bill. If you don't trust her, you can always trust me. I will never betray you or force you to think things. Be your own person. It's all right. I'm here, Bill, and I'm not going anywhere. Not even darkness can stop me.
You're the strongest. And I rest my head on the bed next to Janina's leg and just sit there with her.
I will lightly stroke her hair and hum the song again, slightly louder to calm her. Maybe start also another song if I know some other like children's song, and I will sing that too. Maybe something that is also from my past, so I will just try to channel my inner mother.
You definitely do. You know some songs, so you keep singing to Bea. And not long after, Felicia wakes up, sits up and kind of curls up immediately. Then looks to you, looks to Bea. You see like expression of pain, physical pain on her face. She just looks to you, Janina.
I don't think she's got out of the nightmare. She's still seeing things.
No, she's still in pain. Bea.
Yes, Mother.
My dearest child. I'm so sorry it's like this. You're singing, Janina. Keep singing. I hope it helps. Something familiar to us all. And Felicia starts humming. And as she hums, you start feeling less anxious, less afraid there. You're still aware of the dark cloud of smoke somewhere, not far. And you still hear some plane engines above and bombs dropping in the distance, but they're more in the distance now.
I sort of sluggishly turn my head in the direction of the sounds, but the feeling of fear is past, and I'm calmer now. Thank you, Mother.
Of course, my dear. It's all I can do, unfortunately. I think maybe you should stay inside tonight.
Yes, Mother.
I would hate anything to happen to you, or I think it's better if you stay inside.
Yes, Mother.
We were supposed to visit the Ventru Primogen tonight, but if you're not feeling well, Belle, I hope I can excuse you and go by myself, because I really don't think you should meet other kindred like this. To be, not because of them, but I don't want to stress you more. It's better you stay here.
I like being with people. Sometimes they're more real, sometimes they help. Sometimes.
I'm thinking if maybe I could take her. I'm thinking. It's not. No, I'm not saying it to Bea. I'm thinking if I could maybe take her down to Dominic, so she could be with people, but not in Elysium exactly. So
yes, I mean that's feasible. That's perfectly feasible.
So-
Before you can say anything, Felicia says, "Oh, you have me and Janina here. I think maybe it's better if you stay in the room."
Do I need to roll again to not do what she says?
No, she's not giving you
Yeah. No.
an order. She's just saying it. So it's not like you have to roll to like argue against it or express an opinion.
Okay. There's an almost petulant pout when she's told that she has to stay in the room. Clearly sort of a restlessness.
I will look at Bea and you don't have to stay in the room if you don't want to. I can take you maybe to Dominic, the Nosferatu dancer. Maybe you could have some pleasant conversation with him and not be here if you want to be around someone else and to just feel a bit less locked up. I can take you there.
That sounds nice.
Janina, are you sure this is wise?
Yes, I think we don't have to. I think if Bea wants to, let's her decide what she wants to do.
What is this? Where are you taking her exactly? How far?
It's in the hotel. It's not out of the hotel. It's just a place it's in the basement. Do I remember correctly?
No, it's at the attic.
Oh,
other direction.
Okay, the other side. It's in the. So I will tell her that in the attic of the hotel, and that there is that I think that she and Dominic. I think they already met. Did they? I'm pretty sure they did.
I think so.
Maybe not as closely as me and Mara, but I think they have met before. And I tell Felicia that maybe like some dancing and some new company could make her feel better. That he's very nice.
All right, if you.
But I'm not like exactly like asking her opinion. I'm letting Bea decide.
Well, perception and empathy. Difficulty 6.
I have 2 successes.
2 successes. Oh, okay. Actually, she didn't have any successes. So, you see that she wants to keep Bea in the room and kind of away from people, and that she is a little bit embarrassed for her, and wants to also spare her the embarrassment and hence keep her like here. There's definitely shame that's motivating this argument.
So Bea, what about you? I will like glance at Felicia, but then I glance back to Bea and I'm like ignoring Felicia completely. What do you want? Do you want me to take you? It's going to be nice and you always can return back. He's usually there just by himself or with the Toreador. What was her name? I can't remember.
Diana.
Diana, yeah, Diana.
As you're speaking, Bea's sort of looking around the room, and partway through it, her fangs sort of extend, and there's this moment where she's clearly thinking about something else and not really paying full attention. And then the fangs go back. Blood.
You need to feed?
Yes.
I have to, but in your state, I'm not sure. Maybe we could ask the sheriff if maybe he could help us, so you didn't have to go outside.
I don't think the sheriff will be quite willing to provide Vita for someone who's feeling unwell. I can try to bring someone, but we're gonna need to get rid of them later.
Oh, all right, if you think that's better.
Oh. Felicia is thinking. I'm not sure. I don't want anything to happen to Bea. Janina, there's no chance you could procure some blood from your contacts. You were able to before.
I can try, but I don't know how quick it will be, considering it might be easier to try and find someone on the street, because it would take me some time to get to the hospital and back.
And Janina, as you're talking about this, you realize you're also feeling pretty hungry.
Yes. I know that I have to feed, but I also know that I promise that I won't leave the hotel before speaking to the Primogen. So I'm trying to push that feeling underneath and get first the venture over with, and then I will try to find Daniel and go hunt. Maybe I will tell Felicia that maybe first I go to visit the Venture Primogen, and then I could maybe go out with Daniel and we could try to find someone for Bea. But I'm not sure, should we take him here or let her then go outside?
Neither is particularly good. Well, let me think about it for a bit.
You should go to your meeting. It's important.
Yes.
I will deal with it, Janina. I can always feed her. It's all right.
You mean feed her your own blood?
Well, only if it's necessary.
All right, I will leave her here, but I'm going to get back after the meeting and then we can decide what to do. How will you feel? Just remember
I'll deal
that.
with it, Janina. You go to your meeting.
I will gently push her hand away if she's trying to touch me. And I will look to Bea. Do whatever you want, all right? You don't have to stay here. Just take care of yourself.
Please send
kiss. Okay.
Sorry. Please send him my regards.
Sorry, I will let you finish.
Please send him my regards.
I will excuse you. I'm sure he will understand. You were very professional with him before. It's all right. Everyone can have a bad night. And I will try to kiss her on the forehead before I leave.
Since the fear is lessened, I think I'll be a little bit better at accepting it. The sort of numb haziness.
And you see Janina. Yeah.
Before I go, I will glance towards Felicia and towards Bea before I close the door behind me.
And you close the door. And you leave. Bea, you're staying with Felicia. comes closer to you. How hungry are you feeling, my dear?
Somewhat. I wouldn't want to fall asleep again in case I was to lose control.
It's all right, my dear. Don't worry about it. And she stands up, and she takes a nice crystal glass and searches a bit into the drawer and cuts her wrist and pours you some blood into the glass and gives it to you. Have it, my dear. It is the easiest way to feed now.
Yes, Mother. And I down the entire glass in one.
And as you do that, she pours another one.
What is wrong with you?
Once you pop, the fun don't stop.
And she gives you another glass.
Okay.
Drink now, my dear.
I drink that too.
And you get 2 blood points.
Great.
She bandages her hands. As you're drinking, and you feel her vita coursing through you, there is a jolt of happiness, satisfaction, something being right, of love.
I lean back against the bed, kind of cradling the glass in my hand. My lips are stained with blood as I stare sort of vacantly at the wall, feeling the sensation of the vitae. Thank you, Mother.
You were very welcome, my dear. Are you feeling better? Are you still hungry?
I'm better, Mother. Thank you. How are you?
Oh, I'm all right. You know, a bit of pain here and there. But it's all right. I just want to take care of you tonight.
Thank you, Mother. I then start looking at my hand. Is my hand still hurting?
No, it's not anymore.
Okay. But there's still this pain in my stomach. And I curiously kind of pull my shirt up and look at the gaping wound that is still in my stomach. And then look at Mother. Is that there or is that not there?
That's there. You've been hurt by a horribly rude man. But you will heal. It's always more serious than a normal scratch, but you will get there. You just need to feed well, and you'll be fine. But there's no need to worry about it tonight. Tonight, you just take care of yourself. Wait for the bombs to go away.
Yes, Mother.
I so wish I could take them away completely.
So do I. The darkness is in the back of my mind.
It's just a nightmare. That's all this is.
And I then go back into a sort of pensive silence.
And she is sitting next to you. Meanwhile, Janina, where are you heading?
Do I know that the meeting? I first probably have to go to the Elysium to.
Presumably, yes. You weren't given any other place.
Yeah. All right. Then I will go there. Maybe I will stop by any restroom and fix myself a bit because I forgot to do it in the room. If there's a mirror, I will just my hair and just to look at least a bit presentable. And then I will go to the Elysium.
So you go to the Elysium, and as you walk in, you see a few familiar people. There is Mihail with his child Anna Maria, and Stefania, the dark-haired woman, sitting there, and Mara's sire Abelard is sitting with them as well. They're engaged in a conversation. Mihail shoots you a glance as you enter, but doesn't say anything.
I will just maybe look at it and just shift my glance also right away.
Yeah.
So maybe I will linger for a bit on Mara's sire, and I feel a bit of pain and anger, but then I will try to look somewhere else I'm trying to look for the Cornelia woman too. I'm not really looking for anyone else. Okay, then I will go right to her. If I see someone someone familiar like Bruno, Raquel, Elisa, or Roman, I will nod to them, but I'm going straight to Cornelia.
Right. So you see Bruno, who is sitting by the piano and he's just crying. And as he's playing, there are tears falling on his hands and the keys of the piano. And
he's such a melodramatic man.
And Rahela is nearby, concerned, and Elisa is somewhere there. They don't notice you. And there's Cornelia there, and she notices you, and she starts coming towards you as well as you enter.
Yes, and I'm going to meet her halfway.
Miss Shivak.
Good evening. Do I know her last name?
Her last name.
Because I don't think I would
Savitska, I think. Savitska. Yeah.
Savitska. Okay, so I will good evening, Miss Savitska. Mm-hmm. And I apologize, but Beatrice is not feeling well. She would not be much of use, so please to excuse her, and I have to deal with it myself because she is not well, unfortunately. So I hope the Primogen won't be disappointed that it will be on me.
Sorry, Cornelia's surname is Ostrovska, actually.
Okay. All right.
I confused it with the meaning of surname. yeah, sorry.
Time.
Mix and match.
Yeah, sorry.
It's fine.
It's okay.
Yeah, that's okay.
But she looks to you. I'm afraid the Primogen wishes to see you both. It's a matter that he wants to discuss with both of you. It's Miss Wojna, absolutely unable to attend.
She is really not well. I'm not sure she would be, how to say it, she's seeing things and she doesn't know what's real, so it would be quite hard for her to concentrate right now.
I understand. I will convey that.
If he wants to see us both, then I'm afraid we will have to reschedule.
All right, we can. I will ask if we can reschedule to tomorrow.
Yes, that would be very kind of you. Thank you. I'm sorry we are being such a nuisance, but it's hard to. This is not in our hands. And I really think she would not be very good companion tonight.
Right. Well, I'll go and ask.
Thank you.
And
I
she
will wait here.
walks away. You're waiting.
Yes. I'm trying to look if Daniel's maybe there or like someone I would like to approach if there's like someone I have positive memories of and feelings. If like Raquel and Bruna, I will let them like, I see that they are distracted, so I'm not going to impose on them. Maybe just look at them from afar. And if there's like no one, I will just like sit somewhere. And if there's like a window, I will look out of the window and sit and wait for Cornelia to maybe get back. I don't know if
you don't see anyone you know that well that you would necessarily want to talk to right now. But you don't wait super long.
Is the Primogen like locked somewhere nearby?
Don't wait super long. Well, you know there's rooms and offices nearby. And Cornelia returns as you were looking out the window. She comes up to you.
And I will stand up and look at her.
I spoke to the Primogen. He said I can bring you to him tomorrow.
Yes.
But please be prepared to go.
Yes, we will be prepared to go. Hopefully, Patricia will feel better. If not, I will bring her anyway to show that we are not making this stuff up.
Roll perception and empathy. Difficulty 6. Oh yeah, you have no idea what
was the difficulty?
6.
All right. I have 2 successes. One success. Because I had 10 and 1 and 8.
Yeah, that's one success. Yeah. No, you don't really see. You can't really tell much of what she's thinking. She just says, "I understand." Then I will be waiting for you tomorrow.
Thank you. Then I will probably like look once around again if there's like Daniel or Roman, and if there's none of them, then I will slowly go back to the room of Felicia and Bea.
So you are walking back towards the room. And you see there in the corridor, Daniel just sort of pacing around between your room and their room.
I go up to him. Good evening, Dan. Are you all right?
Janina, I'm okay. I've been looking for you.
Of course. I actually have been looking for you too. Because
very fancy labyrinth around here. It seems we found each other. Do you have a moment to talk?
Of course, and I will lead him to my and former Mars room. I don't know if I share the room right now with the Toreador.
When you go in, she's not there.
All right. Then I will close the door behind Daniel and wait for him to talk to me.
So, have you talked to Isidore much?
No, I haven't had the time. Bea's not well, so we were with her.
What's wrong with her?
She she's having some very real nightmares and she can't tell what's real. So she's right now with her mother. And I don't know. I thought that it's going to be better today because it's already happened a few times. But the other night she always was back to herself. And right now she can't seem to get out of this fake dream world where with their bombs, and she's distressed. She's not well. But I hope she will be.
Yeah, it's not entirely unexpected, I suppose, after people get plagued by memories of war, from what I've heard.
Yes, and I guess her clunkers makes it worse.
Yeah, I imagine that is not helping.
Yeah. So what have you wanted to talk to me about?
Well, I talked to Isidore and he wants to know what happened with us. He's very distraught, and I told him more or less, well, I don't know shit, about what happened after we ran away. I have no idea if anyone survived, but I didn't mention you
I
and
remember.
Mara. Well, and how you fucked up.
Thank you.
Yes, it's up to you. But you might want to have someone nearby when you talk to him about it.
I know. I wanted.
He's gonna be pissed. That's for sure. And you know how it is when our clan is pissed.
I know. But honestly, I deserve someone to be pissed at me, so I guess I will have to take it.
Janina, no, he wouldn't want to rip you to shreds in anger, Just.
But anyway, I think that
I didn't tell him. I was kind of scared, but
I will tell him. I promise. I think it's the right thing to do.
Just maybe have a Primogen nearby or something.
It's fine, but I think that Mara mentioned that she suggested us going towards her theater. Maybe the others, if they survived, maybe they went there. I don't know. It's the only thing that I can think of that we could look for them. I would also like to know if they made it out. I hope they did.
Yes, I remember that, the theater. I suppose I can make a trip there and see.
Don't go without me. I want to go with you. And I need to hunt. And I wanted to ask you to accompany me because you know how it is with me and hunting.
Yeah, I know. It's the same old story.
And maybe we could just go there and check things out. If maybe there's someone there in the theater.
You want to go now?
Oh, we can, because I have no other plans. I just want to go back to Bea and tell her where I'm going and to make sure she's all right.
Of course.
Then maybe just wait for me here. I'll be right back and then we can go. And
let's go.
All right, and I'm going to leave him and I'm going to run towards Bea and Felicia's room and knock on the door. And right now, tell that it's me.
Come in, you hear Felicia say.
I will close the door behind me, and the first thing that I say, I will look to Bea and Felicia. So the Primogen rescheduled us for tomorrow, but I don't know. I think he's becoming impatient and he wants to really see us both. I tried to tell Cornelia that I could go alone, but he seems to be set on the thought that we both have to go. So tomorrow we will have to go even if we will not feel good. I promise I will take care of you, but we will go there.
I feel awful.
It's not your fault, but it's all right. You know,
of course we have
he's
to go
just
tomorrow. Yeah.
It's all right. Just don't feel guilty. It's nothing. Your health is more important than some went through. He can wait. How old is he? I bet he waited long. He can wait.
Felicia looks to you. Janina, my dear, I don't think it's wise to keep him waiting longer than necessary, or, well, than he thinks is necessary.
Well, right now it's necessary, so we are scheduled for tomorrow. Tomorrow we will go there, no matter Bear's state. So let's hope.
I really hope you're better.
You will be feeling better.
I will go.
But
I will go even if I'm not. It's important.
it's all right. If you will not feel good and we will go, then just stay there and just be calm and let me deal with them. I will try to channel my inner you.
You'll be with me. That'll help.
I will be. Do you still need to feed? I will look at Felicia. And I'm trying to figure out if she gave her blood.
I'm not as hungry anymore.
It's all right, my dear.
Look at Felicia. And
she just smiles at you.
Did you brought someone there? And I'm trying to figure out if she will lie.
And she just tells you, "No, I fed her. She was in dire need. And it's really not as bad, I think, as you seem to think."
Really?
Of course.
Did you ever drink someone else's blood?
Of course, my dear. You can't get anywhere without it in our society. Oh, I don't think it's polite to ask this kind of questions. You should know this by now. You're a good young lady. You can roll.
I will
for perception and empathy, if you want to know if she's lying or not.
Yes, I want to know. Because, especially since Bea said she doesn't trust her, Janina's trust is even less.
Difficulty is 6.
I have 1 success.
You have no clue. She seems genuine.
I'm looking at her, not that I don't trust her, but like I have no reason to suspect that she's not, except that what I feel like inside. But I just like maybe roll my eyes a bit when she says that I'm a goodly young lady. And then I will look at Ben like, anyway.
Moving on.
Anyway, I will have to, well, since you don't have to feed, I still have to. And I met Daniel. And we have decided to go hunt. And also I decided to check out Mara's theater. Because she mentioned it to the group that we were with, that they should find a safe haven there. So maybe we could find some of them there. It's better than just not know. This is the only place that I can think of they could be. So we could maybe bring them here to safety.
Mara should be somewhere safe. I would like to use Eyes of Chaos to try to see whether Mara's theatre will be the safe haven for
Well,
those people.
Perception and occult. But difficulty 8 because you're further away from it.
Okay. Perception and occult. Two successes.
2 successes. So, for a moment, you focus on the theater. You remember it as if it was still standing. And as you hear roaring and the bombs, it is shaking and it collapses and crumbles and disappears. And you know it's gone. It's not a safe haven. It's not any kind of haven anymore.
It's gone. The theater, it's gone.
You Janina, remember that there were people clearing the theater and the rubble from there that Mara wanted to stop, but you never got round to it, and it was a while ago.
Yes. I trust what Bea sees, but it's like there's like another like pain, sting of pain in my heart when I remember that Mara's gone too, and now her theater's gone too. It just, for a moment, I just like look at Bea and. So you don't think we should even go there? That there is no point?
I don't know. Maybe she'll be there, but I don't.
Mar can't be there, Bea. Mar's gone. I'm sorry.
And you start hearing a barking and howling of dogs, and the ground is shaking, Bea. And the smoke is coming closer around you.
I'm sorry, Bea. I didn't want it to remind you, but Mara's gone. I will try to hug Bea if she lets me.
Roll self-control, Bea, difficulty 7.
2 successes.
Yeah, you can let her if you want.
I'll hold her. Yeah.
I think I'm so just caught up in the sounds, the smells, and everything. I'm almost not really registering it. And there's a single tear on my cheek.
And you
I will kiss her on the hair, and I will whisper, I know you loved her, Bea. I loved her too. I'm sure she knew that.
Stay
and
safe.
I will let go of Bea, and I will like hold her face if she lets me, like, and I will look at her. Stay here, or go to Dominic if you want to. It's in the attic. If you don't want to stay here, just don't let anyone. And I'm just like slightly siding towards Felicia, dictate you what to do. Right? Just I'll be back in a few hours. I'm going to be safe. Daniel's going to be with me.
I would like to see whether she is going to be safe or not.
Okay. How are you trying to see it?
Probably Eyes of Chaos again.
Eyes of Chaos.
As I sort of stare into her eyes very intently.
Roll Perception and Occult. Difficulty 7.
Okay. 4 successes with a 10 in there, because I think Insightful has applied to this before.
Yes.
Okay, so 4 successes then.
So just speaking Polish out of nowhere. Yes. So you look at Janina, and you want to know if she'll be safe tonight.
Yes.
You look to her, and you see her walking. As she's walking away, you see her walking towards you. And you see her just walking calmly. And she is safe. But you see the fire running through her body, through the system of veins, boiling her blood, waiting to start pouring over and envelop her at any moment. And that is the only danger to her tonight. That is within her. And it's always within her. And you, Janina, leave. Yes?
Yes, I will leave. Go back to.
Before she goes, I look at her and say, "You will be safe. Just be mindful of your rage. But you'll be safe."
Thank you. I will try that. I have Daniel with me. I will reach Belle. I will stroke her hair again and leave and maybe glance towards Felicia. And when I'm looking at Belle, I'm looking at her with love and softness. And when I look at Felicia, I look at her almost like don't you dare to do anything to her.
Felicia is smiling at you. Oh, go on then, don't make your sire waiting. That's not very polite.
I think he's okay with that. He's not like others I know. And I will look before she says anything.
And you leave.
The
With
sass
those
is coming.
words. And as you leave, I think it's time for us to take a break. So we will take a break now. We will be back in about 10-15 minutes. Thank you so much to everyone who's watching. We'll see you in a bit.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Well, not bye, until the break.
Well, I mean bye, like
after the break. Or bye. And welcome back. Thank you so much for being still with us. And let's continue today's episode of The Ruins of Warsaw. So Janina, you just left Bea's and Felicia's room.
Yeah, I will take one deep breath because now I was remembering that Mara's gone again. And I need a moment to gather myself, and then I will get back to my room and to bring Daniel and go outside.
So yeah, he follows you, no problem. He's waiting for you, just sitting on a bed, and as you show up, he stands up and you go outside.
Yes.
So, we going to this theater?
Yes, I mean, I think Bea tried to see if there was like someone else, and she said that theater is gone. I think the workers that were working there before, they were about to take it apart, and I think they must have done it by the time this all happened. But I don't know, we still can go there and check things for ourselves, just to be sure. Maybe there are some like buildings nearby where someone can be hiding. I think it's still better than nothing.
Yeah, lead the way.
I will. And I'm going to.
And keep an eye out for something for you to eat. Something. Ugh.
Yes, I will. What about you?
Astounding.
Are you okay?
I'm all right for now.
Right.
And you see that he's still kind of hurt, but better.
All right, and I will go towards the theater, towards the general direction,
Yeah.
and I'm looking for like some lonely man, someone who's not going to be much problem for me to interact with, and like some easy prey.
You look for easy prey on your
So
way.
like homeless
to
person, or
to
like
the theater.
someone, but preferably men.
Okay, of course. Well, so you start walking towards Poniatowski Bridge to cross the river, and walk towards where your old haven used to be, and that district where Mara's theater is as well. And roll wits and alertness. With difficulty 7.
I have a botch.
You have a botch. Well, I'm
I
gonna
had,
roll for.
I had no successes and like 3 ones.
Oh my god, that's terrible. Okay. You have Daniel with you. I'm gonna roll for him and see if that
Yeah.
helps at all.
I hope it will.
Is today just
I'm
the
counting
session
on
of
him.
botches?
Possibly. Okay. That. Right. So Janina, yes, you see a man turning in a side street. And he's on his own. He's turning, you're already in Praga district. And he's turning into one of the smaller, not very lit streets. And he's looking like easy prey.
I will. Okay, then I will like look.
You hit
like,
3 ones, right?
Yeah.
And no successes.
Nope.
Okay, right.
What roll?
Yeah. So I will stop like Daniel, and I will like maybe like glance and show him like the man that I want to go for after, and go after. It's probably better. And I will, if he like acknowledges me, then I will walk faster so I could like catch up to the man.
Yeah. Daniel says it looks all right.
And I will go faster, and the man is there like someone else? Do I see someone else on the
You
street?
don't see anyone else? He
then I will
seems to be, he's just walking, kind of hunched. He's a little bit faster paced than average, like clearly trying to get somewhere. What's your intention? Do you just want to grab him?
Yes, I want to go fast, like not run, but like fast enough so I could catch up to him and grab him from behind and just bite him without like anything like else. I'm not going even to try like to do it other way, because this is what I'm thinking of, and maybe it will work.
Roll and potence.
Okay.
And so strength, brawl, and potence.
That's the same dice. So, and I guess
it's more dice. You can add strength and brawl and potence.
Oh, all right. Then okay.
Yeah.
But my penalties count, right? So
and penalty counts.
Minus
yes. 2. Difficulty is 6.
What is the Oh, I have 4 successes. No ones. So
no problem. You grab him. He realizes something's happening and tries to pull away, but you just hold him. You're much stronger. And you bite into him as Daniel is sort of looking around. And you feel
yum,
Vita. And please roll self-control. You don't have penalties here, but because you're a bruja, difficulty is 8.
Ruh-roh.
Oh, I have one success. I had 10, 1, and 8, so one success.
Okay,
Thank
yes.
God.
So
I'm so proud.
Yay! For once.
How much do you want to take?
I think I will try to, if I can control myself. I only do the safe amount, so like 2. 2 is the safe amount. So I will
2
take
is the
2.
safe amount, yes.
Okay. Because I could control myself. So I'm back on 6.
You're back on 6. And the man is sort of dazed, just collapses to his knees.
And I will like kneel to him and I will like put my hand around him. I'm sorry. I must have like, I was running and I must have tripped on you. Are you all right?
What happened? And Daniel is just like, Janina, come on.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry I bumped into you. I hope you're all right. And I will just like leave with Daniel. But I'm just like glancing, like he's taking me away and I'm like glancing on that man.
The man is looking towards you, kind of dazed and kind of confused. And Daniel's like, come on. And he grabs you by the arm and pushes you into another street. It's like, why are you talking to him? What's wrong with you? You want to get out as quickly as possible.
But I feel bad. I feel better when I talk to them.
Well, I hope should be okay. I don't think anyone saw us. I think it's all right, but well, I don't know. If I think they're all right, I try to get away as quickly as possible. The less likely they are to remember me, the better.
I know. I will try to keep this in mind for the future. Thank you for looking out for me.
It's all right. I think we're okay. Let's go.
All right. And I will maybe like put my hand around his like hand, so you were like walking like a couple on the street and like lead him towards the remains of the theater.
And you are walking there together. Meanwhile, there, Janina has left.
Yep.
Felicia looks to you. Your sister can be, well, she has quite a temper. I guess it's usual for her clan. How are you holding up, my dear?
I'm all right. It's all a little loud. I'll be all right.
Let's focus you on something different. Would you like me to comb your hair? Would you like to comb my hair? Try to focus on it.
I want to try getting better at drawing people. It would be nice if I could remember faces better.
Of course. Here's, well, I guess you need your journal for other. I can get you some other paper if you'd like.
Yes, Mother.
Just stay here alone for a moment, all right? I'll be right back.
Okay.
And she starts, she like pins her hair a bit and changes her clothes quickly. And she keeps glancing to you as she's doing that. And as she's at the door ready to leave, just looks to you for a moment longer. Just remember, it's all a nightmare. I'll be right back.
Yes, Mother.
Doo-doo-doom-doom.
Once she's gone, I pick up my journal and try to focus on reading the words to stay lucid, or at least distracted from the bombs.
You're reading through your journal. Roll. You're pretty distracted, right?
Relatively, yeah. There's bombs.
Roll perception and alertness with difficulty 9.
Wonderful. No successes.
Okay, it's fine. You're reading the words. They're not quite maybe making sense, but you're focusing on them. And not long, not a lot of time passes before Felicia returns. She brings you a little bit of paper, a notebook. Puts it in front of you and gives you a few pencils.
Thank you, Mother.
I took it from the helpful gentleman downstairs.
Thank you, Mother.
He was most obliging.
I prop my journal on my lap and lean the paper on the journal, and start trying to draw the room around me with Mother in it. It's crude. There's a lot of quite heavy line work, and the nightmare is clearly leaching into what I'm putting on paper. Yeah, I will give it my best shot.
So you're drawing the room. You draw the darkness.
Yes, it's there. I can see it, so I put it in.
Yes, you see it just outside the window, and some of it reaching through the glass inside.
That sort of gets curled over the edges of the window. Almost these sort of shadowy tendrils creeping in. That particular section of the page, I need to sharpen the pencil several times because I've scribbled so heavily, blunted the lead.
And at some point, your fear returning, and it gets numbed again.
As the sensations become hazy and fuzzy again, my hand steadies, and the sections where I'd drawn it is kind of where I was drawing while the fear was there is quite jagged and sharp. And eventually I decide I'm not happy with it, so I kind of toss the page aside and put out the next one and start again, and just keep drawing the room again and again with whatever I'm seeing, whatever is intruding.
Yeah.
And it's all sort of messy.
Yeah, so there are some drawings with the walls cracking. There is fire in some of them. There is smoke filling the whole room, and some as the sensations flood to you. And you keep drawing.
The next thing I draw, once I toss that picture aside as well, is I start drawing Felicia, but the way that I'm seeing her with the nerves, the bundle of nerves being struck and resonating and wrapping over a small baby bird, which looks as though it's being smothered. And then that too gets tossed and forgotten on the other side of the room. And I start drawing a girl with long dark hair over her face and horns sticking out. As her face cracks and crumbles. And then I tear that in two and throw it aside. And I just keep drawing and drawing. There's a man with a beard whose face feels familiar, but I don't remember it. So I draw the beard and then forget what he looks like and throw that away as well. And soon I'm just sitting in a room surrounded by shitty drawings. But,
what a mood.
Yeah. That have almost become like a carpet on the floor.
Meanwhile, Janina, you and Daniel get to the theater, or where it used to stand, and you see now you remember how it was collapsed already, but there was a way in. Now you see a lot of rubble has been removed. There's still some rubble in piles lying there, and the part with the stage is kind of it's in the open air now, and it's in the process of being demolished. Some of it is still left, but clearly some of the wood has already been removed, and most of what remained of the seats have been removed. There doesn't seem to be any way to go inside among the rubble and find shelter. It's mostly all taken away now.
I will look at Daniel. I don't think there's anyone here.
No, if someone made their way here, that probably went away.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't hide in here.
I will look around, and if there is probably there is nothing where anyone could be hiding.
Well, there are other buildings.
Yeah.
There are buildings that people live in on the other side of the street. There is another ruined building nearby. But you see some light and the fire coming from there. Clearly some people are there gathered around the fire. I mean, it's in the city, there's plenty of places. In the general area of basements. There's less ruined buildings here. There could be places, but there isn't any obvious next place to go that would be unoccupied.
Okay, so just sigh. So I guess this was a waste of time.
Well, I guess we got some exercise, some fresh air.
So I guess we are going back.
Yeah, better head back. You don't wanna hang around here for too long.
Yeah. But before we leave, I will stood down and I will take one of the stones from the theater and I will take it with me.
Yes, you can find a small piece.
Some not just
stone.
giant one, some reasonably
Giant
sized
rock.
one.
Janina carries the stage.
Carrying this.
I mean,
okay.
you do have strength to do that maybe, but
Yeah.
it would look very suspicious and
Yeah.
be very impractical. So you find a small piece of rubble.
Yeah. I just want to take it to remember Mara. And I know she would have liked to have a piece of her theater. So I will take it and put it in my pocket.
Daniel is just watching. Let's get back.
Yeah. And for a moment I will look at the stage and I imagine Mara there dancing.
You imagine Mara is dancing and Daniel is looking around, oh, what the hell? And he just screams the names of Zoya and Wanda and Oscar.
And I'm just like, what the
sort of like calling, and I'm here. Are you anywhere near there? A little perception and empathy.
Well, that's about how to be subtle. And he's talking to me. Perception. And
He wasn't talking to you about being subtle. That was Roman who told you off for shouting in the streets.
But I know, but minutes before he was like, don't talk, don't beat her then. And now he's like attracting attention.
Circumstance completely.
No, but, all right. Yeah. 2 successes.
2 successes. You're not quite sure. You just see him kind of call out a few times like that. There isn't really much response. Someone leans out of some window and he just kicks a little bit of rubble. And right, let's just get out of here.
All right. We tried. I don't know, do you know any other places where you think they could go?
Honestly,
do you think they would stay together?
Well, I think they would have run away if they got a chance. I doubt all of them got away.
Yeah.
They could have gone anywhere. I mean, they knew where Camarilla is. They can come if they want to. Fuck me if I know if they want to.
Yeah. But now we are alone, far away.
To think around with, but I have no idea where they're at.
Yeah. Well, now since we are away from Hotel Bristol, how are you holding up? Are they treating you well?
They're fine. I mean, I don't really fit in. They know.
I don't
know
either.
it. Well, Primogen seems to like you.
And I like you, so if they want to keep me in, they will have to keep you in too, at least for now.
Well, no one's gonna kick me out, unless I decide to fuck off on my own.
Just don't leave without me.
Don't worry. I'm sticking together.
Yes. So.
Yeah, I would miss you if I just fucked off like that. Come on, let's get back.
Yeah. We tried, maybe. Well, you were right. They know where Camarilla is, so maybe they can frequent places around the hotel, at least somewhere nearby. Maybe we will meet them. Not now, but maybe in a few nights. I really hope they are right.
Come on.
And I will go.
And be careful when you talk to Isidore. Seriously.
Okay. You think I shouldn't tell him the truth?
I don't
What do
have
you
a
think?
clue. Well,
Because I think it would be right for him to know that it was my and Mara's fault. She already paid for it, and I'm paying for it by her not being here.
yeah, well.
But I know it's not enough if others got lost too.
I think it's right to tell him. Well, I didn't want to tell him like that.
I know.
You know?
I know, but
hey, he's just like us. Something inside him. He's going to beat you into a pulp and then feel awful about it. But I guess that's what's like being our kind of monster.
Yeah. But I really want to tell him the truth because I don't want to be like the Camarilla people and sweep everything under the rug because it's uncomfortable.
They don't do that. They fucking remember things.
Yeah,
they just act like they don't.
Yes.
Don't fall for it.
That's what I figured. You know, today Bea told me that she doesn't trust her sire. And I really wanted to tell her something that she probably doesn't remember, something that Felicia did, and we found out about it a while ago. But I couldn't do it because she was so distraught and I didn't want to make her worse.
It's probably going to be a better time to tell her.
Yes. But, you know, I just want... I know that Felicia cares for her, but there's something in a way she cares about her that feels like she's trapped. Like she can't think for herself. That she's always wanting to please Felicia too. Even if maybe inside I can see that she's torn, but at the end, she always just agrees with Felicia. And now it's the first time that she ever said that she doesn't trust her. And I'm afraid that Felicia will do something to get the trust back. Because I think she just can't let Bea go and be who she wants. You know?
I mean, they're
Tonight,
Malkavians. You can't expect them to think quite like a normal person.
I know, but
there's always something off with them. I mean, Oscar, I loved the guy, but he
was sweet.
He could really
Mara
go
seemed to like him.
Yeah, he seemed to
I
like
hope he made it out.
Unhealthily so.
But like Felicia says that she cares about Bea, but today when Bea wasn't feeling well, and I suggested that she might see because Bea, she wanted to be among people, but Felicia wanted to keep her in, and I could feel that she just was ashamed. She didn't want Bea to become embarrassed, and to her become embarrassed because of her. And
Well,
I
that's
just-
not necessarily a wrong thing to do. I mean, it might be better for Bea if less people see her in this state. I mean, they were already talking after yesterday.
I know, but it just
Not surprised.
It feels wrong to me.
Well,
She should care more about her than what people think of her.
I'm sure. Well, I have no idea. For all I know, she's another bitch from the Camarilla. But I don't like if you suddenly frenzied. I'd probably try to keep you away from sight, so that people don't talk later. Because
with frenzy, I
they
would
can
understand
talk.
that. But I don't know. It's just, I feel like Felicia is too much invested in, I don't know what. That I don't know, I just don't fit in. And I feel that Bea is sometimes trapped. I just don't want. I just want her to be with Felicia because she wants to, not because she feels like she has to.
Well, it's difficult to tell the difference sometimes, even in life.
Yeah, I know.
I'm glad you don't fit in. It makes me feel less
that
lonely.
Felicia wasn't around.
He shrugs. I barely know her. Trust you. I'll keep my eye on her.
Right. It felt good to tell someone because there aren't many people that I can talk about her. All of them are Camarilla or Bea, and Bea isn't usually very receptive to critique of her mother.
Hey, if you ever wanna talk about how everyone in that fucking hotel annoys you, we can go for a walk, get some fresh air, and
that sounds nice.
Well, bitch about them until we run out of breath. And we're dead, so that may be a long time.
Okay, that sounds like a good thing. I will keep that in mind, and the same goes for you. If someone annoys you there, you can always talk to me.
You couldn't shut me up sometimes, but let's go for now. Let's see how Bea's doing.
Yes, I hope she's fine.
And you're walking. Meanwhile, Bea, you're sitting in this room, covered with drawings just thrown all around you. Felicia sort of starts to collect them and uncrease them, just straighten them and put them one on the other in a pile.
I'm just kind of sitting and staring at the room, listening to the sound of the bombs, and sitting there mentally telling myself it's not real, it's not real, it's not real. Trying to not flinch when the room shakes.
And Felicia just sits next to you and starts humming a lullaby. And you get a flash of memory of the song, of singing it, of hearing it. But you can't place any of this.
I reach up and touch my locket. Just sit there with it for a moment. And unconsciously, without thinking almost, I'd like to activate Spirit's Touch.
All right. Then roll Perception and Empathy, difficulty 8.
That is 1 success.
1 success. So you're holding it in your hand, focusing on it unconsciously, and you get a flash of a face of a man with beard and quite a bit of facial hair. Dark eyes looking at you, and you feel this pang of love and safety and happiness. And he smiles at you, and you smile at him. For a moment, you feel completely calm and safe. It's gone. It's just a quick flash.
I snatch my notebook and scroll it down before I can forget. Sort of writing almost feverishly. I'm completely oblivious to anything else in the room.
Felicia is leaning in, but you don't pay attention to her.
No.
What are you writing? What are you feeling?
The locket. I saw a man with a beard and dark eyes. He smiled at me. I felt calm. I felt loved. I felt safe. And once I've finished writing, I snap the book shut again, and then take the locket off, and hold it in front of me.
My dear, are you all right?
Oh, yes, Mother. I saw someone.
Who was it? Was it?
I don't know his name, but I think he loved me. And I opened the locket.
You see the letters there, K and S. Or was it K and B? I'm not sure.
K, I think it was K and B.
K and B, yeah. Okay, right. Sorry. You know what I confused it with. Yeah. Okay.
I shut it again and just sit there, twirling the chain and the locket through my fingers, trying to get the feeling back again.
It's gone. My dear, I'm glad you had something nice within it all. Hold on to it. Maybe it will help you.
I put the locket back on. And otherwise sit there thinking, trying to hold the memory in place.
You can, for some time. And then the ground shakes, and you hear the bomb fall somewhere closer. And you almost choke on the smoke that fills the room, and it's gone.
It's not real. It's not real.
It's not, my dear. It's all a nightmare. You will wake up from it properly. And everything will be better.
And I curl my knees up to my chest and sit there hugging my legs.
Please.
And after a moment, Felicia starts humming again. Janina, what do you wish to do when you get to Hotel Bristol?
I will probably say goodbye to Daniel and go back to Belle.
Right, so here he says, take care of her.
Sorry, I'm just attacked by cat.
I see that.
Guest star.
He just wants to be cuddled.
Yes.
And he just let me leave. All right, so I will go back to the bathroom and I will knock.
So yes, you knock. Felicia tells you to come in, and you come in and you see Bea sitting, wrapping her hands around her legs.
And I will smile at her. You were right. I'm safe. Nothing happened. The feeding went well. And I will smile at her reassuringly.
I'm glad, I say, pretending to know what she was talking about.
What about you? How are you feeling?
It's very noisy. Are the drawings in the journal sort of at the side of the table? I sort of glance around the room and look at them, but don't really remember doing them, so I'll be all right.
I'm sure you will be fine.
I just want.
Do you want to stay here, or do you want me to take you somewhere? Like we can go visit Dominic if he will be there. The Nosferatu, Mara's brother. He was dancing.
I think I'd like to see something other than four walls, so that would be nice.
Of course, I will take you.
Okay.
Sorry. I hope the attack is over.
I go and grab just a spare sock, and I offer one of the ends to Janina and use it as a way to try to hold hands with her without touching.
I will maybe give her a bit of a look, but if I find out and realize why she's doing it, then I will just take it. Let's go towards Hotel Bristol holding a sock.
Well, luckily you don't have to go through Tsar currently in the restaurant.
I have coping methods, okay?
All right, I will just take the sock.
Felicia just looks to you. Are you sure you will be okay?
I will take care of her. She is going
be
to
careful,
okay.
my dear.
If she will...
Remember, it's just a nightmare.
Yes. If she starts to feel worse, I will bring her back. Maybe it will be better for her to see something else. concentrate on something else than this room.
I'm
And I
just
will
going to
take
roll.
her.
I'm just going to roll a dice to see whether I remember to take my journal with me or not. I do. I grabbed the journal.
Yay! I hope you won't drop it so the drawings will fall everywhere.
No, the
that would be
drawings
one.
are not in a journal. They're
I thought they
like a
were like
pile.
inside.
They're
You
next
can
to
take
it.
them as well if you want
okay.
to, but
Nah. I don't really remember what those are, so I just leave them.
yeah.
I know
Okay.
what the journal is, so I take that.
And I will hold the sock and
Felicia.
I'm sorry.
lead Bea out of the room.
Felicia just says, "Thank you, Janina. You are so kind. I know you'll take good care of my Bea."
Of course. I will take good care of Bea because I love her. She's my sister.
Now off you go.
And I will nod to Felicia, try to maybe fake smile and go. And I will lead Bea towards the attic.
Mother and sister are fighting again. I'm not convinced Bea's noticing this though.
Yeah, Bea might not have noticed. There's too much going on from her perspective. And you are going towards the attic. And you hear, Bea, that you are going closer to the roaring engines of the planes above you. The stairs are shaking as you're walking up.
They're not real. It's not real.
I'm sorry, you froze on me for a moment, so if you could repeat the last sentence.
Me?
Yes.
The ground is shaking for Bea, and she's walking closer to the roaring planes.
And
for you, it's normal.
I'm just muttering.
It would be alarming if it won't be.
Ruh-roh.
She was right the whole time.
Yeah. Let's hope not. So as we're sort of ascending the steps, I'm muttering to myself, it's not real, it's not real.
And you get up.
Maybe just like comfort Bea, like also saying that it's not real, that everything's all right.
And you get up there, and the door is open. And there's no one in there at the time.
All right, we can use this. If there's no one, I will just I guess Dominic's not here right now, but since we are already here, we can look. Were you here before? Do you think do you remember this room?
No, but I don't know. Maybe. I don't remember.
The room is filling with smoke. There's some splinters and just a bit of dust coming from the ceiling. The roaring is very loud.
Is there like a big window?
There are windows. There is one window which is broken and it has been sort of sealed, but not properly. It's a bit drafty in there. And you start hearing the rain pouring outside. And Bea, you hear the sound of something just falling and hitting the roof above you, mixing with the sound of bombs.
It's rain. It's not bombs. It's just raining.
I go to the window.
I will go right next to her in case she decided to jump.
I open the window and look out.
You look out. The sounds from above you is quieter. Some water falls on your face. But the ground is shaking. You seem to be losing your balance. And there is smoke around. And some of it gets into your lungs, even if you don't wish to inhale. You feel it's sort of searing. The hot ash that you just breathed in.
I sit down on the floor so I'm more stable, but try to keep my head under the water so that I can feel the rain. Because I heard Janina say that it was rain, that there was rain, so I know that the rain is real. And then I turn to look at Janina, trying to ignore the ash and the sound of the engines.
You look to Janina, and again you see her face twisting into another face, and back into her own, bloodied, bruised, covered in ash.
I try to smile, Bear.
That might look a bit weird.
It looks like a grimace of pain.
Wonderful. I want you to be safe.
I'm safe. And you are too. Everything's all right. And I will maybe like look out of the window and let like the rain falls on my hands, and I will like splash my face with it.
Yes, you do it. It's raining quite heavily now. So you splash your face with rain. You breathe in the cold, fresh air.
And then I will sit next to Bear, and I will like, in my hand, I will take out the stone that I took from the theater, and I play with it for a bit, and then I will show it to Bear and say, this is from Mara's theater. I thought that she would like for us to have it.
I lean forward.
If Bear wants, then I will like let her have it if she wants to like take it.
I take it and I lift it up, and I look at it and think of Mara, and I'd like to activate Eyes of Chaos again.
To do what?
To see something of Mara, of...
Okay. Sure. Roll perception and occult. How hard would that be? I kind of have to give you difficulty 9 on this.
Yeah, absolutely. Holy shit. I've got a 9 and a 10.
2 successes. So you get a glimpse. First, you get a glimpse of Mara dancing on a stage. And you know it's Mara. She doesn't look like Mara. She looks beautiful. She doesn't look like a Nosferatu at all. And then you see her crumbling to ash. Slowly crumbling to ash. As something you're not quite sure what wraps itself around her, enveloping her, and she disappears. You hear dogs howling, and you can smell blood.
I hand the rock back to Janina.
I will take it and I will like keep it in my hands, like playing with it, and I just start telling Bea like some good things about Mara that I remember, like some funny stories and like silly stuff she used to do, like to let Bea remember her and her times with her. Just like mostly like the silly stuff.
And you have plenty of stories. Yes, how you used to make tea, how you used to dance in your old haven.
Yes.
How she used to perform for you.
Yes.
And was excellent.
how I braided her hair and
Yes.
stuff like that.
How you braided
Just
her
like,
hair every time
I
you
try
were
to
out.
like say positive memories of her to like make Bea remember the good stuff. And it feels good to me too to remember like good times with Mara. It like hurts me a little. Like I feel pain inside, but it feels like bittersweet to relive like good things, to for a moment like forget that she's gone and that everything is just as it was before, as I'm retelling her like some stories, some funny moments of Mara.
I sometimes laugh when I'm able to focus long enough, but I am listening. I'm not always managing to keep all of the words in my head, but I'm listening.
And you stay together in the attic where no one came tonight. And eventually you start getting tired, unless you wish to do something else this night.
No, I think I don't.
At some point I will turn to Janina and say, thank you for showing me that. I got to see her again briefly.
I kind of envy you to be able to see her so vividly.
I could teach you.
You could?
Yeah.
Well, maybe when you feel better, we can revisit this. That would be nice. I would love to be able to. I will.
It's the one that's most familiar for me. It's the one that it feels so natural to do. So I'd love to teach you to see things.
That would be beautiful. I think it would also make us closer, even more closer than we are already. And I will like lightly stroke her hair. And if she allows me, I will like put my head on her shoulder if she doesn't flinch.
I will roll a self-control check.
Yes. Difficulty 7.
One success.
Yes. So it happens. Yeah.
And I will maybe like recite something that I remember that Mara used to like recite before we go away back to our rooms. And just like very like because I'm not good at like reciting like poetry, but if there's like some, it's probably going to be just like a very short, like a few paragraphs that I managed to remember.
There will be some that you remember.
Not very like dramatic performance. Yeah. just to, and I will tell Bea to imagine it with more of Mara's like grandiose performance. And then I say, maybe we should go back. It's going to be daylight soon. And as much as I would love to see another sunrise, I don't think we are able to.
That might go poorly. I would like tonight to be over.
Yes, I hope your nightmares will be over and tomorrow you will be able to be yourself again. But even if not, I promise you, I will take you to the Primogen and everything's going to be okay. You will just stay there and be a doll that you are.
Like porcelain, fragile. we tomorrow.
Yes. Let's go.
And you get back. Are you both going to Felicia's room?
I think I will ask Bea if it's all right if she wants me to stay with her, or if she wants to. You want me to stay with you? All right, then I will stay with you. And I will go with her to Felicia's room.
Then you come in, and Felicia smiles at you both. You're back. How did it go?
Dominic wasn't there, but we had a very nice time reconnecting, reminiscing about Mara. And I think Bea feels a tiny bit better.
I'm very happy to hear that. I'm glad she has you, Janina.
I'm glad I have her too.
You're very good sisters. Please take care of each other.
We are.
It's almost time to get ready for bed.
Yes. And Bea asked me if I could stay here, so I will stay here tonight as well.
Of course, my dear. That's
If it's okay with you.
Of course, of
All right.
course. We're a family after all.
And I will try to smile at her, but very briefly, and then look at Bea and just wait for her to.
Slowly putting the journal away and starting to try to remember my routine to get ready for bed, but I'm struggling to remember steps.
Felicia is helping you along as she sees you doing this and helps you with your makeup and brushes your hair and gives you clothes to change into.
Janina sits there because Janina doesn't do any of this. She doesn't change her clothes. She just sits there, and she will sleep in sitting position, near the bed of Bea.
Felicia asks you, "Are you sure you don't want to lie down? We can squeeze in here."
No, that's all right. I'm used to this. It's fine. I'm dead anyway.
Well, whatever you prefer, my dear. And you lie down, and you, Janina, sit. And you fall asleep.
Yeah, I leave. And I hope Bea won't botch her nightmare role.
So you fall asleep, hoping Bea will feel better tomorrow. Let's roll for nightmares again.
Wonderful.
Fingers crossed.
7.
4, 5.
I will give her my dice.
Well, I have slightly more dice this time, so fingers crossed.
Yeah. Oh, let's hope Bea will.
Oh, thank God. Difficulty 7. 3 successes.
Yay!
Yay!
Finally.
Yay!
Let's celebrate.
Thank God! If I'd boxed again,
Venture Primagy is going to be very happy.
Just me flipping the desk. Cool. Great. Fantastic. Right.
All right. So you can both regain 1 point of willpower. Janina, you can get, let's say, 2 additional points of willpower for your caregiver demeanor.
All right. That's good. If I find an eraser, because I don't know where it is.
Well, you have 3 extra willpower points. And you can subtract blood for the night as well.
Woo!
Yeah, but this is not funny. Really, I lost the eraser. I don't know where it is. It's just anyway.
Just write it on the side, maybe.
But anyway, I will try to. Yeah. I will.
And Janina.
And I'm back on my 4 blood, man.
And you wake up the following evening. You hear the rain outside.
I will glance at Bea.
Bea is sleeping calmly.
And I will smile at her for it makes me really happy that she's not trashing again. Then I will stand up and maybe stretch a bit, just to get out of the rigor mortis. And maybe I will go to the bathroom and like fix my hair a bit, because I'm aware that we are going to meet the Primogen. So if I can't behave, I have to at least look the part.
Yes, you see, you look. You look a little bit when your hair is a little bit messy. It got wet yesterday from the rain. But you can even like wash up and get ready. Do you want to do anything, or are you just waiting for Bea to wake up?
No, I will maybe like just pace the room. Maybe I will, if I notice the drawings, if they are still there, or maybe like curious to like sit on a bed and just like flip through them if they are like next to, so I could just like sit and then see them, and then I will just like pick them up.
Yeah. They are there, and you see they are pretty messy, right?
Yeah.
Yes,
Me
they
and
are
my
pretty
one
messy.
dot of crafts.
But they are drawings of the room. It's a wardrobe, there's a nightstand, there's a bed. There is like bits that there are sometimes cracks on the walls. You see something that maybe is flames. You see a lot of just dark parts just like drawn there.
Is there
all
like
around
anything
the
that stands
room.
out to me, like that I think that has some like deeper meaning?
There is a picture of Felicia, the one with her nerves, and she was kind of wrapped around a bird, right?
I feel, when I look at this picture, I feel like I want to just rip it to shreds, but then I will stop myself before I do that and just put it away. And
it's like somewhat recognizable as Felicia. Because it's Bea, you can sort of make a connection. That's what it probably is. And Bea, you wake up.
I sit up, glance around the room, a little disoriented, but not too badly. Good evening.
good evening, darling. Are you feeling better? What about the bones? Am I bleeding from the face?
No, is that a thing?
Oh, and I will try to lean for and hug her like that I'm happy.
I'll roll the self-control check.
Yeah. Difficulty 6 now.
I love to see you roll.
3 successes.
No problem at all. I would say everything is hazy from the last 2 nights.
Okay. Yeah.
Like, you do have, some memories of it.
Yeah, I've got some vague memories of bombs, but it's like, I think it's foggy.
I just like hug her and like, I'm so glad that you're feeling better.
I'm glad to be feeling better as well. Goodness. I glance over at my notebook and pick it up, and glance at the last page to remind myself if I've noted anything to remind me of what I'm meant to be doing. I don't, out of character, I know I full well haven't, but that's my go-to.
So you glance through your notebook, you see this note about a menu, so...
I look a little surprised by that.
Perception and alertness.
Okay.
Difficulty 7.
One success.
So you almost miss it, but then you get the sense that something, like the paper looks a bit weird, and you see that, like looking at the pages, one page is missing.
I look at the ripped out
Mm.
page and sort of study it for a moment. I look at sort of what if there's any letters left, and there's kind of like the occasional 2 letters, but it doesn't give me enough to make any words of it. I'm not being subtle about this. I'm looking in genuine confusion.
Is everything all right, Bea?
I must have freaked out. I think I must have torn a page out. That's weird.
I don't remember you doing that but maybe you did it while I was away because I went feeding yesterday. And you were with Felicia, so maybe you did it.
There were 2 days when Bea was also being left alone in a room. Yeah.
All right. But I think Janina doesn't think that far away.
Yeah.
I touch the page.
Yeah.
And activate Spirit's Touch.
How many times this session?
Roll perception and empathy, difficulty 7.
I love to see it. I'm not complaining. I love Bea using Auspex, and it's always good entertainment.
Well, I'm glad. Happy to provide. What was the difficulty?
7.
Okay. I have a 9 and a 10. Does Insightful apply?
To this?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think necessarily,
okay,
but 2 is absolutely
2
enough to see when you focus. You get a bit of yourself scribbling and yourself glancing through pages, and then you see an older hand, a familiar hand, a hand that incites the feeling of a bit of resentment, but also absolute love ripping out the page.
I very slowly pick up my pen and write a new note.
It's going to disappear again.
And then what I do is I turn to the back of the book and I write it again.
What are you writing?
Page ripped out by mother. Resentment. And then I close the book.
Is everything all right?
Yeah, opened her eyes.
Yes, everything's fine.
Looks around. Bea, you're feeling better.
Yes. There's a bubble of sort of confusion and the resentment and a little bit of anger, but still that overwhelming love. I'd like to push through it.
I'm rooting for you.
We'll see.
Willpower.
But I don't have much faith in this.
I'm also not feeling massively hopeful about this.
Difficulty 8.
Oh my god. I think I'm making up for earlier. That is 2 9s and a 10.
Yes, no problem.
Yes.
You can push through.
I'm rooting for you.
And I give her a very cold expression. Well, my notebook tells me things, many things. And I just...
It's very important that you have it.
And it's very important it doesn't get tampered with. And I smile at her.
She looks at you. You mean that page? Oh,
Yes.
darling, you were so distressed. You started writing all this stuff about bombs and war and something coming for us all. And I didn't want you to remember all that. It's all a nightmare that you started writing up.
I would like to insight check her.
Roll perception and empathy. She has lower difficulty against Bea. Janina, you may roll as well if you wish to. For perception.
I will, but I just imagine like Janina eating popcorn like. What was the difficulty and perception and what? And empathy?
Perception and empathy difficulty is 6.
Okay. Sorry, what was my difficulty?
No, your difficulty is also 6. She has lower difficulty.
Okay.
Oh my god.
I have 2 successes.
She seems absolutely honest.
I have got a 9, a 10, a 6, and a 1. Does insightful apply?
Yes.
Then 3 successes.
She seems absolutely honest.
That blind bitch.
Yo, you might think that, you might know this, but Janina and Bea,
yes.
she's absolutely honest. She's concerned about Bea. Bea started writing about nightmares. She tore it out so that Bea doesn't have to read through these memories. So it doesn't confuse her.
Her expression still stays relatively cold. It is the only thing that I have to keep my memories intact, Mother. I'm sure that you meant well when you did it, but please do not do that again. I need to remember things, even the bad things. If I don't remember them, then I might lose something.
Of course, darling. I'm sorry. I was just... you've been so unwell for 2 nights.
And at that point, I will then sort of smile again, but it's sort of a weak, shaky one. Yes, Mother. Right. Sorry. I should get ready. Do we have anything on tonight?
Yes, we have to go to see Ventroprimogen.
Oh, right. Yes. I will go get ready, and I run off into the bathroom. Grab
and
it.
I'm just there sitting, watching Felicia.
And Felicia just smiles at you.
I will maybe like avoid her smile and just like look around the room.
If you glance at her, she has this kind of smile of like, oh, that's adorable. When she looks at you, trying to avoid her, looking at her. And Bea, you get ready. And soon you both are ready to get going.
Right. I'll head back through. We'll be back later, Mother. Take care.
Of course, my dear.
Do you have any plans for the evening?
I'll go check on Bruno. He was very distressed. I think he picked up on some of your nightmares.
Oh, do send him my apologies then.
He's very sensitive to those things, as you are. You know what it's like.
Yes, do send him my apologies.
Oh, I'm sure he doesn't mind. He understands.
It's very well. Well, take care.
You too, my dear.
I will just nod to her.
Now, go and remember, present yourself well to the Primogens.
Of course.
Well.
And I just, like, when I turn around from her, I roll my eyes and then just, like, go.
Yeah, you see Janina roll her eyes as you're leaving, and Felicia stays and goes to the bathroom. Just see her disappear there.
I try not to react to the eye roll, but I'm kind of enjoying the eye roll.
When we are in the hallway, I just, like, turn to Bea and just say, do you really think that she was honest about the notebook, about the torn page?
I mean, she seemed honest.
To me, she seemed honest as well. But I don't know.
I'd rather
It
she
just-
didn't do it again.
I hope she won't. Maybe keep another secret diary that you will keep somewhere else. I can hold it for you. I won't touch it if you want to.
I give her a slightly mischievous smile and go, that sounds like a plan.
And I will just, like, follow. And I will leave. I will go to the Elysium, to the lounge.
So you both enter the lounge, and you see that there's several people in here already, and many people sort of glance in your direction. You see that the Viadors are there. Nina is there as well. She's now dressed more elegantly in a red dress. She's wearing pearl earrings, and she's sitting there near Stefania. And Mihai is there as well. You see Rahela and Elisa. You don't see Bruno. And you don't see Cornelia yet. But as you enter, a few other people don't recognize you, and these people are glancing towards you.
I will smile at Nina and then look towards Rahela and Elisa, and I'll note that people are looking at me, but pretend that I don't notice.
Yeah. Janina looks at anyone who looks at Bea badly, and she gives them the stare like, don't you dare to come close.
The Bruja
Dare
stare. So you give the
Yeah.
Bruja stare to everyone, and it falls
Like, only to those people who are staring, and I know that, like, not to Nina and
well,
like
they're
Raquel.
not like staring, but they're like sort of glancing, you know.
If there's like someone, if there's like the Toria, the Primogen, or anyone who I know is not and give bad glances, then I will give them the Bruja stare.
Right, so you do, and Toria Primogen isn't just looking straight at you, and you give him this glance. And he says, Miss Woźniak, would you come up for a moment, please? That is, given your friend allows you, I see she's ready to, well, dwell on her promises of punching faces.
Of course, sir. And I just give Nina a sort of small smile, and then I will come over.
Please sit down, and he gestures to a chair next to him.
I sit, and
I will stay like in the vicinity of Bea.
So you can hear what's going on. Yeah.
I sort of cross my ankles together and sit quite primly, and then look at him.
Are you feeling better today?
Yes, thank you for your concern. And I give him a polite smile.
I am glad to hear that.
Thank you, sir.
You've caused quite a stir the other night. And gave quite a fashion show of night lingerie downstairs. But I'm glad you're back to your usual self now. Happy to see that.
Thank you, sir.
Is this something that happens to you often? Occasionally. Well, I suppose that is luckier than some have it.
I suppose so. And I'm just attempting to stay as calm and composed as I can.
What are you
Janina's
feeling?
just like,
Sorry, the word is slightly failing me. Under intense scrutiny, but a lot of the things he's saying I don't really remember, so there's maybe a little bit of embarrassment, but not a massive amount, because it almost feels quite separate from me. So I'm just sitting there going, well, that sounds like it was probably entertaining for everyone else involved.
that sounds like me.
Well, but yeah, I'm doing my best to not show any sign of weakness in front of him and just be polite and give him little answers here and there. But to be fair, I can't give him particularly detailed answers because I don't remember. So yeah.
Well, charisma and etiquette.
Of course.
Difficulty 6, just to see how well you're presenting.
I am going to spend willpower.
And I'm just there like standing, and so far he didn't say like anything that would really make me mad. So far I'm just like staying by and just listening for a moment.
Janina, someone comes up to you and you see it's the sheriff, Lucjan Topolski.
And I would
He comes up to you and says, "Good evening, Janina.
Good evening. Good evening.
I would like to speak to you for a moment.
Yes,
I see
of
you are
course.
unoccupied.
Yes, of
Could you
course.
please follow me?"
Yes, and I just like try to catch Bea's like glance and just like gesture to her like subtly that I have to like go if she, and that's I'm going to.
I smile at her with 3 successes. I'm doing a decent job of being relatively composed.
Yes, you are. You're composed. You look absolutely, fine.
Yeah.
You see Janina leave the sheriff.
Then I turn my full focus back to Mikhail.
I swear to God, if he does something to Bear while I'm not there, he's going to regret it.
He looks to you. He's woźniak, I just wanted to have a quick chat with you.
Of course, sir.
In the future, if something like this was to occur, it might be prudent to retire to your rooms. You wouldn't want to show any weakness to others now, would you?
No, of course not.
You strike me as a type who would want to keep it all behind the facade.
Sorry, I'm going to roll a dice to make a decision on whether I'm going to do something or not.
Okay.
Yes.
Show him the middle finger.
No. I would like to use Eyes of Chaos to determine something about something about Mikhail.
Anything in particular you want to?
I'm wanting to figure. I want to.
I can tell you without.
I'm mostly looking for his nature. Some insight.
You're looking for his nature. Okay. So roll perception and empathy difficulty. I think 8. Just let me check something very quickly. Sure. I think there is actually a thing for it. That's not the one. It's not the one. Implementation. Sorry about that.
No worries.
I actually want to... Okay. That's gonna be a 9.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okie dokie. I have 110.
You have 110. So,
His nature
all right,
is asshole.
I know how to do this. Okay. You look at him. And you focus on him. You look into his eyes as he is smiling at you. And you see, and it feels somewhat familiar what you see. You see someone looking into you, right through you, into your every thought, into your very heart, analyzing, assessing, watching the patterns of everything that makes up you and everything that makes up those around you. And you learn that his nature is conniver.
And we both sort of sit there smiling at each other, staring at each
smiles at you. And he just says, clever, but I wouldn't do that too often around here. Some people might take offense.
My apologies. My scattered mind these days.
Some people also won't accept this very obvious excuse.
I just smile at him.
He smiles back at you.
I'm so sad Janina didn't witness.
Thank you for the warning, sir. I'll be sure to keep it in mind.
Bea is getting sassy. I like that.
Politely sassy.
Yeah. Well, in her way, but she's getting there. I like that she's trying to claw her.
I hope your curiosity is sufficiently satisfied.
As I do yours.
He smiles at you. And it's not an unpleasant smile necessarily. Okay. It's more like amused and playful.
Cool.
He's been smiling at you rather in an amused and playful manner for a while now. And he just nods his head.
We're both enjoying the game, I guess.
I won't take up more of your time. I'm sure your sister is fuming with anger somewhere.
Have a pleasant evening, sir. And I give him a slight bow.
You too, Miss Wozniak.
Thank you, sir. And I stand up and I give Nina a smile as well as I leave.
She smiles at you.
And then go to find Janina. I scribble into my notebook quickly.
As you go to find Janina, Cornelia comes up to you. And she says, "Oh, Beatrice, yes. I've just been looking for you. Are you ready to go? I'm glad to see you're feeling better."
Thank you very much. Yes, I am feeling much better. I saw Janina go to speak with the sheriff briefly. she went
Yes,
in that
we will
direction.
get to them on the way if you're
Okay.
ready to go. Please
Of
follow
course.
me.
Yes.
Meanwhile, Janina, you follow Lucian Topolsky out of the Elysium, and he takes you to the balcony over the restaurant where he took you before and shows you to a table in a corner, shows you a chair, and sits opposite you, smiles to you. Miss Shivak, I'm glad I caught you. I've been meaning to speak to you since you got back.
Yes, of course.
There is nothing for you to worry about. The matter of the crime you committed has been resolved. Both Ventro and Bruja Primogens made a request on your behalf.
Thank you. That it's very nice to hear. Thank you.
I just want to make sure you understand the gravity of what you've done.
I know that. And I wish I hadn't done this. It wasn't exactly, I couldn't do anything. It wasn't voluntary. But I know it doesn't excuse anything, and I'm sick of what I've done. Especially since I also found out that the person I had done it to was another child of my sire. It's difficult for me to live with, but I know it won't ever happen again. It's something I won't ever want to feel again. And
I am very glad to hear that.
And I know it's forbidden, and even if it wasn't, I wouldn't ever want to do it again. If I could take back time, I would, because there's nothing, it felt just awful.
It does, I'm sure. That's why it's considered one of the gravest crimes.
I know, and I'm very grateful that you all allowed me back here despite this.
Of course, Miss Shivak. We understand it was an accident that happened in the service of Clan Ventro. I just want to make sure you know.
I know.
Like some people don't realize that the fact that it was forgiven once doesn't mean that it will be forgiven again.
Yes, I completely understand that, and I honestly didn't even thought it would be forgiven, so I didn't want to come back. But
we're not unreasonable.
I know that now.
However, given the passions that ran through the blood of your clan, I'd be careful with controlling.
I am.
Your hunger.
I know. I'm trying to work on that. Again, thank you very much for this chance.
I'm glad to hear that. And he glances to the side, and you see Cornelia and Bea walking downstairs. I believe it's time for you to go.
Yes, we have a meeting with the Ventro, very impatient Ventro Primogen, who have been waiting for us for a few days right now. So I think it would be on time.
He just raises his eyebrows at that, but doesn't comment.
And I'll excuse myself and nod and go towards Bea and Cornelia.
He just smiles at you and nods. But Janina joins you, Cornelia. Looks to you, Janina. Says, good evening.
Good evening, Miss Ostrowska.
Now, let's be on our way.
Yes.
Yes.
Are you both
Sorry?
prepared? Let's go. She kind of started to asking something, but then she said, I assume you're both prepared. Let's go.
Janina's just, did I forget to do something?
And Janina, you are feeling slightly hungry.
Yeah, but I'm trying my best to. First the ventral primage and then I will feed.
And we'll get a snack.
Yeah.
And you
Duties
walk
first.
with Cornelia. She goes up to Mariusz, the girl at the reception, asks for an umbrella. He hands it to her. She hands one to you as well. You can share. And goes outside.
Follow after.
Where the car is waiting. And as you approach, the driver gets out, opens the door for you and for her. And you all get inside. And the car starts moving as you are driving through the rainy city to your meeting with Ventral Primogen. And I think this is a good moment to wrap up for tonight. Yes, it is. So thank you so much for playing. Thank you to everyone.
Yeah,
thank you. Thank you to everyone who's been watching us. Big thanks to you all. We will be back in 2 weeks, which I believe is the 14th of December. Same place, the Lamias channel, same time, 6:30 p.m. GMT. So we hope to see you again with us to continue this story. So good night and see you again in 2 weeks.
Bye-bye.
Take care.
Good night.
Bye.
Thank you.